What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today when I talk to you about SoFi. Today was another interesting day. I want to break it down, what really moved it, what shorts did, and everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So SoFi went down 2.56%, which, given a lot of other growth stocks and how much they went down, SoFi didn't do all that bad. During the beginning part of the trading day, you had the market digesting the recent increase in US tariffs and just what happened with Nvidia, which overall it just shows a certain level of uncertainty. Market doesn't like that. Then you had Powell. So Powell was speaking at 1:30, and I think there was a certain level of optimism that he was going to come out and say, hey guys, the economy is strong, things are going to blow over, and blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, he didn't really state that. He did say that the economy is strong, but he did signal that due to a lot of these tariffs, it's going to cause a lot of slowing and higher inflation. Potentially, it just wasn't a good scenario. One thing as well he did state was that he's going to actually wait to see the data, how it comes out, because it's hard to interpret exactly how these tariffs are going to really affect the data. So he's not going to even humor any cuts until that data starts to come out. So essentially, we are looking at maybe July, possibly. So not really what the market did want to kind of hear. So it did pull back slightly, and by slightly I mean a lot. But during the last little part right here, it did move higher because you have a special guest coming to the White House, and so that was at 4:30. Nobody, as far as I know, I don't think they stated exactly who it was, but there was a certain level of just optimism associated to that. Crazy times. Absolute craziness. And I know I mentioned this yesterday and probably the day before. It'd be really nice just to have one full day of no tariffs. But with tomorrow being the last trading day for this week, you're going to have that be a very hot topic, because when it comes to, for instance, in Netflix, they also unveiled their earnings on a side note tomorrow, but you're going to have a certain level of optimism that the states and China are going to come to some resolution. No different than what happened last Friday. So tomorrow you might be a little bit more of a positive day, but again, it's kind of a roller coaster. You think one thing, you can do hours and hours of DD, and then it just goes to crap right after that. But aside from that though, no SEC filings, no actual press releases from SoFi, so it was just piggybacking off of the broader market. Shorts didn't really do all that much. They just sat back and kind of chilled, no different than what they have been. They haven't been doing any crazy moves lately, but shorts did increase 171,000 shares today. 12.95% of the free float is being shorted, which does work out to be 139.52 million shares overall are being shorted. So nothing really crazy when it comes down to that. Looking at the options, 6.81 million in calls, 5.29 in puts. 53% of all the options being done today were bearish in nature, and as you can kind of see, just in the last 5 minutes of the trading day, between 2:55 and 3 p.m., there was 1.5 million in total premiums. And if we kind of pop this open right here and look at it, generally it was very bearish. $25 calls were sold, and that is for June 18th, 2026. So kind of interesting. Again, given that strike price and everything, they are trying to get some additional premium while still being bearish on SoFi. So kind of interesting as far as that goes. Maybe, again, just locking in profits or whatever else. So let me know your general thoughts on that. That is kind of odd. But aside from that, though, of the bullish options that were done today, you see a consensus for it to be above 1150. And then the bears for it to be sub 10 for the most part. With tomorrow being Thursday, last trading day, just take note of the open interest. So ultimately you have 9,000 at that 10, 5,000 at that 10.50, and then 15,000 at the 11. So if there is a recovery, just watch for $11 to be a key point for that. These are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. So a fair amount of buying throughout the day. Like I said, even in my pre-market video, SoFi was getting dragged down, even though the whole Nvidia type of news that popped up after hours yesterday doesn't directly affect SoFi. So I feel like it was just dragging down the broader market due to just uncertainties, not specific to SoFi. But These are all the transactions that did occur on the dark pool. A couple random ones that did just happen roughly 10-11 minutes ago. So 1.53 million, 1.52. It is clearly the same entity because the timestamp is the exact same. So some big institution is getting in for whatever reason, obviously linked to this right here, the special guest. But with it closing at 1066, still trading between this S1 and S2. So the high for today was $10.90. So kind of bouncing off of this S1 right here. So $10.91 will be a key point to really get over tomorrow, and then flip side $9.96 will be a strong support. Today though, no real articles, nothing like that coming out. People are just kind of holding their breath for tariffs, and SoFi investors are just now waiting for the next earnings and to see exactly what comes from all that. So this is your quick summary on exactly what happened with SoFi, the broader market. Absolute craziness overall, but we live for it. It's fun times. And if you do believe in SoFi or whatever else stock out there, then yeah, it's a dream come true because you get cheaper prices. So take advantage of a lot of the volatility, which based on, again, what Powell said, he did say that there is going to be a continued level of volatility. So yeah, deals are out there. I didn't really do anything for my portfolio. I did buy 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧, just kind of swing trade it today twice. Didn't really make all too much, but again, for my long-term position, I didn't really do anything. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. So definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.